Welcome to Hook to Knot. In this video tutorial, I am going to show you how I made the lily border for my mug rug or a sample piece for viral bouquet blanket. For making lilies at the border, I am going to make the coaster of the same size, and after I increase it to 5 DC, chain 1 5 DC, I am going to finish with the base color, and first line will be line of single crochet by green color. Now second line is chain 5, skip 2, single crochet, chain 5, skip 2, single crochet. Likewise, I will continue and complete. I am done with second line with green color. It should have 24 arches. Now I am moving on to line number 3. I will go in the arch, make a slip stitch, chain 3, DC and chain 1 5 times, chain 3, DC and chain 1 5 times. After 5th DC, chain 3 and single crochet in the same arch. From here I will move on to next arch, do a single crochet, chain 5. Now here I need to make a picot, so chain 3 and slip stitch into the 5th chain, again chain 5 and single crochet in the same arch. See this. Moving into next arch, single crochet, chain 3. Now again DC and chain 1 5 times, DC, chain 1, DC, chain 1, DC, chain 1, DC, chain 1, DC and chain 1. Here I will make chain 3 and single crochet in the same arch. So the pattern is very simple. In arch number 1, I am going to chain 3, DC and chain 1 5 times. After 5th DC, I am going to chain 3 and single crochet in the same arch. Moving on to next arch, chain 5, create a picot of chain 3, again chain 5 and single crochet in the same arch. So our work will look like this. One arch will have spaces for flowers and one arch is kind of You can say leaf. My work will look like this, and I will meet you at the end of this row. This is how my work will look when I'm done with this line. I will slip stitch into the very first single crochet that I had made, pull up a loop and cut the green yarn. Now it's time to add lily flowers to the border. I have made few flowers just to give you an idea about how this border will turn out. We will have total 12 flowers around the mug rug or the coaster. To start making a flower, I am going to make a slip knot. Attach the yarn in the very first space. Always make your first chain with the shorter tail or the end that you will weave in. Chain 2. Now we have to make cluster of 4 DC. So pull up a yarn little longer and don't finish the DC. Again, yarn over, pull up the loop, little longer but don't finish. Yarn over, pull up a loop, little longer, don't finish. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, don't finish. Now I have total 5 loops on my hook. Pull through all and chain 1 to close. Go into the next space. Yarn over, pull up a loop, little longer, don't finish. Yarn over, pull up a loop, don't finish. So in the each space I am going to make a cluster of 4 DC. Cluster of 4 DC means 5 loops on my hook. Chain 1. Simultaneously I am weaving in the shorter tail or the end. These pulling up of stitch should be uniform so that the flower will have good height. This is how it looks. Again in the next space, cluster of 4 DC. Chain 1. In the next space, cluster of 4 DC. Chain 1. Now when you come to the last portion, make 3 half DCs, and fourth one we will close this flower, and fourth stitch, that one stitch only, we will do it by joining these 2 ends. We'll complete the cluster and see Going into the very first cluster stitch, I will slip stitch. Chain 3. This is a DC. Now we will work in the spaces in between the cluster. So I will go in between the clusters, DC, chain 3, make a picot, one more DC, picot, making chain 3 and slip stitching is picot. Now I will move on to the next space. DC, picot, DC, picot, likewise I will complete this line and come till here. In the space between cluster stitches, what I have done is 2 DC and picot. Once I am done with last space, I am going to slip stitch into the very first DC that I have made, pull up a loop and cut the yarn. See, this is how my lily flower is formed. Later I will weave in all these loose ends in the end, but this is how we will have flowers, and the border will look very beautiful. I am done with 11 flowers, and before I finish this mug rug or coaster, let me show you for one last time how I make the flowers. Make a moving knot. attach it in the very first space. Chain 2. Now I will make cluster of 4 DC into this space. So yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, don't finish. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, don't finish. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, don't finish. Now we will have total 5 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all and chain 1. Go into the next space. Again make a cluster of 4 DCs. Chain 1. Move into the next space. The skill lies in pulling up all the half DCs or incomplete DCs of same length. Chain 1 completes that cluster and locks it. Pull through all 5, chain 1, lock it. Move to the next space, cluster of 4 DCs. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Total 5 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 5 and chain 1 to lock it. Now I am at the last space. Yarn over, pull up a loop, don't finish. Yarn over, pull up a loop, half. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, don't finish. Now only for the last cluster, after you are done with 3 DCs, hold both the sides of that cluster together and only one stitch, pull it through both the sides, complete the cluster, slip stitch onto the very first cluster where we started the work. This is how it will look. Now I will go into the space between the clusters, so one more slip stitch, chain 2, DC in the same space. I will have a picot on this. Picot means chain 3, and you see these 2 vertical loops, right? Slip stitch into that. This is a picot. One more DC in the same space and a picot. Now I am going into next space between clusters, DC and a picot. Again a DC and a picot. Move to the next space between the clusters DC and a picot. Again DC in the same space, picot, move to the next space between the clusters, DC and a picot, DC in the same space, a picot, move to the next space, DC and a picot, DC and a picot, next space, DC and a picot, DC, picot, now we are reaching to the first space. So here I am going to slip stitch. Pull up a loop and cut the yarn. And I am done with the lily flower. Now if you see this, all flowers will have front side looking like this and back side looking like this. So back side is where you clubbed these two portions and added the last stitch, and front side is here you see rounded stem. Weave in the end and we are done. I always make it sure that wherever I finish the work, I weave in end at least an inch or two away. Few stitches ahead, then one back stitch. Few stitches ahead and one back stitch. That's my way of weaving in ends. I finished my work here. I carried the thread all around and closed it here. And my mug rug is ready. This really looks very beautiful. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel Hook to Knot. I am going to try sunflower for the border. So next in making. See how beautiful it looks.